Hey everyone, welcome back to Cade City. My name is Jorvik and today is the big one. Today we're finally going to work on the new M.E.T building, or Montage Executive Tower. It was one of the first buildings that I got rid of and demolished here in the city, and it's one of the few that I want to rebuild because it has been a staple of the city for a very long time. But first, a little housekeeping. As you can see on the channel, I have started to upload some archive footage from the very first season of Building Cade City from all the way back in 2016. Now, I am not proud of these videos. They are pretty, dated, as you can see. They were recorded so long ago that I'm literally a completely different person. But watching those, I hope you can see just how far this city has come. And once those episodes have come out, you guys would basically be caught up with the progress of Cade City. Alright, so before we get into the build today, let's go ahead and do what we always do and recap the off-screen progress. A lot of the work I did between episodes was a lot of landscaping stuff. As you can see here, I got rid of the old community center and I started to basically rebuild this mountain from the edges, as you can see here. In place of this area, I started adding more trees, ponds, even creeks to really kind of diversify the area and give more of a natural border surrounding the national park. The main purpose of this is not only just to add more green to the city, but to also hide a lot of those nasty kind of right corners, as you can see at the left side of the screen. Obviously the trees in the creek here are to hide a lot of that, but there is still a lot of work to be done. As part of the expansion west, I have basically flattened all this to sea level, and I am currently developing this area to include a courthouse and other municipal buildings such as a fire station, police department, hospital, and other courts and law offices. Of course, with the mountain here, all of this area inside of the roads will be the national park, where I will be building trailheads, little rest stops, and of course a visitors center. I have also extended these roads and started to clear out some more of this smaller mountain over here, but a lot of this will be replaced with more parks and trees throughout the city. Under where the montage building will go, I have completed the tunnel and added lighting all the way down through the backside of the mountain, where a road will continue on north and connect with other roads in the network. And that is basically it. Like I said earlier, a lot of the off-screen progress was just landscaping, essentially, and just more road layouts, nothing too crazy like before. So with that out of the way, let's go ahead and get started with today's build. So last episode, or a few episodes ago, I mentioned that this area would be the perfect spot for the building. I did put a sign here, but we can go ahead and get rid of this because we will be starting work on this building right now. So I did find the center point here because I do want the main center of this building to be relatively centered with these. I think just for, aesthetic purposes, I think it being centered would be really nice. So for the sake of this, let's go ahead and get some of the materials that we will need for the first part of this build. So for the first part of this build, we're going to be using some light gray wool, and that is just to kind of lay the foundations of the central building. So from this middle block, we are going to come back quite a bit because I do want to add like stairs. I want this to be raised a little bit, and I want to add stairs that lead up to it. This will definitely be like a walkway, like promenade, that'll lead down over there, and of course this will lead down over there and behind these buildings here. But that could be for later progress. So we are going to basically build an oval, and so the front face of this oval is going to be 13 blocks total. So this is the center block, and we are going to be coming out here 6, and that way 6. Okay, and there is our 13 blocks. Next, we're going to come to the side of this, and we're going to put down 5. And so 1 more, and then we're going to go 3. We're going to go 2, 2. We're going to kind of turn here, go 1, 1, 1, just like that. And then we're going to close this off with a 5. And this is the edge of our oval. So now all we're going to do is repeat this pattern all the way around. All right, and there we go. So this is the start of the base of the building. So the next thing we're going to do is come up 3 more blocks for a total of 4. And we are basically just going to fill in these walls all the way around. Man, my dog is snoring. Can you hear her? I can't believe how loud she is. I think I should talk about my overall design for this building. So I imagine a cylindrical central tower that's going to go straight up. I have an idea of how many blocks it's going to be tall, but we will cross that bridge when we get there. And on the side of either building, I want some smaller office buildings to kind of go like in a kind of U or horseshoe shaped. So basically we'll have some buildings here, building here, and then like kind of like a wraparound building on the back side. So we will have to kind of clear out a little bit of that over there, but that won't be an issue. But today we're mostly going to be focusing on the main tower. So let's go ahead and finish that. Okay, so now we have our light gray concrete, and I want to bring this out about 22 blocks from the edge of the outer circle. So it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, and there is 22. So basically we just kind of want to bring this around. And this should be 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6. So yeah, so there should be a gap of 6 there. And we're just going to bring this all the way around. Get out of here, tree. So the purpose of this is to, this is basically going to be the ground floor, and this is going to be the basement. So we're going to build stairs that's going to go up to the main entrance there. So the next thing we're going to do is grab some gray wool, and we are going to basically start building a wall here. And I mapped this out to about 80 blocks tall. So including these 4, we're going to go up to 80. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay, so that should be 80 blocks tall, and so we're going to go ahead and make this a full wall. So we are going to use the fill tool. Fill. So we'll type in the coordinates below us. -108. Cool. Then we're going to drop down onto the far bottom one, pull up the tool again, and we are going to enter these coordinates and then type in gray wool, and there we go. So that's basically the height of that building, of what it's going to look like. So you can see how it's not that tall. But when you're on the ground here, it's, you know, it's going to look good. It's going to look good. I've basically already built this building in my test world, and so I'm just recreating it here. So I am really excited for you guys to see it. So what we're going to do now is start working on the actual facade of the building here. And I think the first thing we got to do is we're going to go ahead and basically build out the walls on the inside of the oval here, and this is just so we can place the glass a little bit better. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. So for the glass, we're going to be using the cyan and the black stained glass, but before we do that, we are going to have to build this up just a little bit. So up here in the front entrance, on the side of like the 13 blocks, we are actually going to bring this up 9. So we're already at 1. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There we go. And we're going to bring that down. So this is going to be our main front entrance. And we're going to go ahead and bring this across that way. There we go. Bring this down. And we'll get to all the details later, but this is going to be our main front entrance, like I said. So we'll close that. And then what we're going to do is actually bring this all the way across to the edge here, to where we are going to do that. And we're going to do the same thing on this side. So what this is essentially the base. This is like the entire lobby of the building, and then the building goes up from here. So now we're going to come over here, and we're going to bring this up to be equal with that. Pull that back down. So now we are essentially going to be redoing the circle again, but just these 9 blocks up. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay, so now that that secondary ring is finished, we are now going to be placing the glass. So from here, we'll start on the third one, and I think I'm going to bring this up. I think it was about 35 blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, that's 35, and then we will bring this all the way down, and then bring this all the way up. And then we are going to come down here to this, to the rest of this, and we're going to take the second one on the 2 blocks, and we're going to take that up to 45. So there's 35, and then just do 10 more blocks. All right, and so for the next one, we are going to take this up to 55. So each of these levels are going to basically going up 10. And I don't want to pass it here. So there's 45, 46, 7, 8, 9, 50, 1, 2, 53, 54, 55. Okay, we'll bring this down. Okay, and then for each of these, we're going to be going, instead of 10, for each of these, we're going to be going up 5. So this one will come all the way up here. So there is 55, and then we're just going to go up 5 more blocks, just like that. And then for the sake of this, just help save some time here. And then we're going to go 5 blocks from here. And then we're going to go 5 blocks from here. Okay. And I believe I did short this a little bit, which is fine. We can fix it in a minute. But let's go ahead and finish filling in this glass. All right, and that is the first side done. As you can see, the height of the glass is really going to benefit this building. So for this front part here, we're actually going to let's pull like our black stained glass. I want to bring this up. Actually, we'll start from the bottom because so this is 35. There's 5 blocks down there, so we can kind of divide this by 7. So we'll go down 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and we will put a block there. Sorry, right there. And then pull this down all the way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Come out that way, and then 1, 2, 3. So in my design, I actually have to where this comes out like that. Yeah, so that will work. So let's finish filling in this glass. And there we go. That is the first bit of the glass work done for this building. So let's look at what we want to do with this cyan glass. So the cyan glass, we're actually going to start at the top because this will be the very top of the building. So we're actually going to come up here, and we're going to place one right there behind the blue glass. And then from here, we're going to go up another 10 blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And this is actually where this gray wool should have been. So this is going to go about 1 over the top of the blue glass. So we'll go ahead and bring this down and bring this all the way up. Just like that. Okay, and I do like how that looks. So let's see here. Do I want it up against... Do I want it flush with that, or do I want it back one? I probably would want it back one. Let's do... Oops, that's the wrong one. Here. Let's do this. That way that there's some... Yeah, okay, I think I like that a little bit better. And this just kind of gives more structure to the glass here. Yeah, okay, I like that. I like that a lot better. Okay, so let's figure out... I know I want this to come out this way. I essentially want each of these to come out, and they are going to meet in the middle. We'll come that down that way. You know what? Okay, so let's do this. Let me go ahead and build the other side, and then we can look at it from there. So let me build that pillar and then fill in all this glass, and then we'll look at it. Okay, so there is the glass and on that side, and you can see it is starting to come together. So where the blue glass is basically we're going to be putting the cyan glass really behind the black glass. So it's going to be like this layer of black, and then with the layer behind it covering the cyan, and I think it's going to come together pretty nicely. So let's come over here. I think I want this to come up above. So we'll keep that, and we'll bring this. Let's come back down here. Well, not that far down here. Let's put this. Where do I want this blue glass? So we'll put some right. And we'll do light gray wool. We'll do light gray wool here, just to kind of come across there. And then that way this gives a place for this glass to be. So let's take the coordinates of this, 84 and negative 98. And we're going to bring it up here to the top of this. Tab again, so 111, 112, and negative 98 again. And then we're going to type in cyan stained glass. Great, so that is the first layer done. So let's do the second layer. And for this, we can probably... Yeah, we'll start it there. $86, 113, negative 99. Come over here, one above. Come right here, and continue this pattern. Alright, and there we go. So that is the first bit of the layers done. So let me go ahead and finish the rest. Alright, so there is all of the cyan glass put in place, at least on this side. We will do the same thing on the back side, just be a little bit different of a design though. But you can kind of see what I'm going for here. I really just love the aesthetic of this building. It just feels so modern and so high-tech at the same time. And from the bottom here, once we get the rest of it filled out, you can see it really does kind of pull this area together, especially with the black, the deep slate brick walls I got going on over here. And I can just imagine driving along this road and just seeing this building right before you go into this tunnel. Really, really cool stuff. Okay, so to close out the episode, we are going to work on the front here. So I'm actually going to pull this out about, we'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, we'll do 9. I think 9 will be good. Okay, so now that we pulled out the flooring, or the ground out a little bit, we can now work on the front of this building. So we are going to grab some materials here. I'm going to grab these polished deep slate walls. And then we are going to grab, actually I think that's it. I think that's all we need. So we're going to come over here. And I believe we're going to do 2 just like that. No, I think it's actually going to be 3. So we have gaps of 3. Yes, perfect. Gaps of 3 just like that. We're going to take these walls all the way up. Just like so. And then we're going to come over here and it should be in line with that. We're going to bring this, let's do 1. If my math was correct, this should give us a gap here. Perfect. So we're going to bring this up and bring this over as well. Just like that. And then we're going to do what we did right here, bring these all the way up. Okay, last one there. All right, and that's what we are looking at so far. So let's go ahead and do the other side. All right, so there we go there. So now we're actually going to grab some paint. So we have cyan stained glass, and then we have the black stained glass. So the black stained glass we're actually going to put on the outside of these. So we're gonna go ahead and do our fill tool again. Like I mentioned in the previous episode with the One Nation center I have over there, I really want to start utilizing these walls more in my build, so that's what we're going to do here. So let's do this to this. Okay, so now that those are done, you can kind of see what we're going for here. So for the front doorway, we're going to be just like the building. It's going to mirror this. We're going to be using the cyan glass. But instead of putting it in here, we're actually going to put it on the outside here. And then we're going to come in to about where this doorway would be. And right here, we're going to come out here and come out here. So what this is going to do is that this is going to give us an effect to make it seem like this door is opening. I just got to be very careful here. Nope, not right there. Pull that up there, add that up there. Good, so we have a 3 tall like doorway opening essentially. And then this up here is going to come across this way and connect there, and we're just going to connect the rest. And just like that, we are going to keep that there. So then this is what we should have right now. So now I'm going to come in here. Oh, I do have some on me. Awesome. These polished deep slate slabs. And basically these are just going to go across all the way. And again, there will be other buildings here that we will get to, but that's what those are going to go to. And then we're going to do the same thing on the other side. All right, so basically this is it. This is the main building here. So all that's left to do is obviously finish the backside of this building, filling in the rest of the glass, and then building the rest of the buildings that I have planned. But this is the main course right here. This is what we're going for. And again, from down here, this building looks great. Once we have the other buildings placed here, and then we have the wall in the back filled out, this building is really going to come together. And of course, we're going to have to put M.E.T on top, just like the other building was. However, that is going to have to wait until the next episode. That's right. I don't want these episodes to be way too long. but this is going to have to be a two-parter, guys. I'm sorry. So tune in next time for the completion of this building. And if you don't want to miss that, make sure to subscribe and click that bell icon to get notified of when new uploads are, well, uploaded. Thank you for visiting Cade City. My name is Jorvik, and I'll see you in the next one.